stacked show of guests this
Thanks to
week
you.
on Onorato and Miller. And I would put it up there with...
The best we've had?
Well, I'd put it up there with... Yeah, I guess you'd have to say with the best. What else are you putting up there with? I guess I would put it up there with some of the
best
of the
year,
guests.
best of the...
I see. Some of the best guests we've had in one show. U.S. Women's National Team soccer rising star Claire Hutton. SheBelieves Cup.
She's as good as it gets.
She sure is, from Bethlehem, and now at 20 years old, one of the best soccer players in the country.
Which makes her one of the best soccer players in the world.
There you go. We talk about the pressure of playing for the U.S. Women's National Team, which the expectations are always to win the World Cup or gold or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to talk with Broadway star Matthew Morrison. You would know him as Mr. Schuster from the show Glee.
I would not.
You wouldn't? Oh, okay. You weren't a Gleek?
I wasn't a Gleek. Is that what they called him?
That's what they called him.
Oh,
Gleeks.
I wasn't a Gleek.
Yep. He is getting back onto a Broadway stage for the first time in 10 years as Bobby Darin in the hottest show on Broadway, Just in Time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on the Today Show. He's been everywhere.
Yep.
Matthew Morrison on Onorato and Miller.
Good enough to do this
Go
show.
figure.
Yeah.
How about that? We'll talk with him. And then we're going to talk with two of the stars of the NBC sitcom Stumble. We've got some sports to do as well, people. Here we go. It's Onorato and Miller.
This is Onorato and Miller, sponsored by Alpen House.
Live on a Wednesday night, Onorato and Miller, and it is Ashley's early birthday.
Early, yeah.
But if you're watching the show
Saturday or Sunday, it's past.
We've already missed it.
Yep.
So
Time is a funny thing.
A happy early birthday.
Thank you.
And a happy belated birthday.
Oh, that's fun.
For the people who are watching and want to wish you a birthday through the TV.
Thank you.
Can do that too. All right. The World Baseball Classic, Ash, starts today. Team USA will play March 6th. Here are the pitchers that the Americans will roll out there. Logan Webb, really good starter for the Giants, going to take on Brazil. Then Tarek Skubal gets one start only. Great Britain. Skeens against Mexico. Nolan McLean against Italy.
Got to win them all.
The U.S. should cruise through this group play.
Yep.
I mean, it couldn't have set up any easier for Team USA. You're right. You have to win all four.
Got to win them all.
The roster is as stacked as anyone out there right now. The lineup is really good. It's captained by Aaron Judge. The expectation is that the U.S. will win. They are the favorites.
So, question. Okay. Does this work the same way that the Olympics works, or do you actually have to be from the country you say you're playing for, or can you just choose to play for another country?
Well, there need to be some ties to that country, right? Okay. So,
but you could get a random person playing.
Yes,
for
Jazz
a
Chisholm
country.
is going to play for Great Britain.
Okay, this I don't like it.
Okay,
because I would say just based on what I know, I guess maybe Brazil wouldn't have a team if you're talking about you need people from Brazil. How many MLB players are from Brazil? Not sure there are many.
And I would honestly have to look at the roster to know if there is even a major league player on Brazil's roster.
So it has to work. Yeah, I get it.
Yep, absolutely. But yes, you could have somebody of Italian descent play for Team Italy, even though they're American born.
Cervelli's the manager, though, right?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
And he's got all Yankee coaches on that team, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. I love this event. It's every 3 years. Lost to Japan in the championship game.
I can't believe that was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Crazy.
I know. I love this event. And as I've said to some people on the morning show at Channel 13, if you enjoy the Olympics and you like baseball enough, you're going to love this. It's going to feel like it feels like a World Cup. It feels like an Olympics. It's a great event. It's a great event. Sam is checking in. Sam.
Oh, Sam, where you been?
Good to see you, buddy. It is almost MAC tournament time.
Yes, it is.
We'll see what the Siena squads and UAlbany squads can do in the America East tournaments as well. All right. On the topic of baseball, it leads us to this.
And now, Dirty, Difficult, and Done. Sponsored by Performance Industrial.
Bill Miller, his great squad at Performance Industrial. Never a job that's too dirty or too difficult for them to get it done. I'm taking one out of Ash's playbook here. Jurickson Provar is done and dumb for the second time in 2 seasons with the Atlanta Braves since he signed as a free agent a 3-year contract. He has been popped for PEDs, a positive test, and now likely suspended for the entire season. It was an 80-game suspension last year. It'll be 162 this year. While he's suspended, he does not get paid.
Good. So
the $15 million he was making a year, nope. And this is an absolute joke. The Braves should cut him tomorrow. Why would you let the guy back into your clubhouse after he has shown such disrespect? 1, for the game, 2, for his teammates, 3, for the organization. No, thank you. You're out, dude. And I get it. Maybe I'm on the hook for paying you in 2027 to not play for us. If there isn't a clause somewhere in a contract that says 2 strikes and you're out,
I get it.
We got to fix that.
Maybe there is.
I would cut him today.
Maybe.
And I had high hopes for this guy as an everyday left fielder in Atlanta to really help that up. Nope. You're done, man.
I'm cut him if I didn't know him $15 million a year. So you get through this year and maybe they find an out, or maybe there is an out in the contract. But there's one word: inexcusable. Inexcusable.
Yeah.
Caribbean. Woo.
Yeah, Sam was
nice.
in the Caribbean. But Sam, they don't, man.
Right?
No,
you have to.
How often does this happen? Where we're like,
why haven't you? After you get popped the first time, maybe you believe you're going to evade it until you get popped the first time. After that, that's on you.
Phillies had an outfielder who tested positive ahead of the World Baseball Classic as well. It's just, some of it is just ridiculous. Absolutely maddening. Carol checking in here. She's early to the birthday celebration.
Thanks, Carol.
Wishing you happy. Yeah.
Do people say that? People do say that. I think
happy,
weird. Yeah.
Okay. I won't.
Like
just wishing you
rabbit.
happy birthday. Yeah.
Rabbit.
Anyway, that's my Performance Industrial Dirty Difficult done. We've got another one coming on the show here before too long. Okay. We're going to take a break here on O&M. When we come back, though, Claire Hutton, the star on the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team from Bethlehem High School. She won a state championship at 12 years old. She graduated high school early, was going to go to North Carolina, one of the premier programs in the country.
And that's when you're like,
and then had professional teams saying, actually,
you want to play now?
We'd like you to play for us now. How does that sound? Cool. Sure. Fun conversation with Claire coming up, including her favorite Stewart's ice cream flavor. Here we go.
Appliance Center, our commitment is to you, providing essential appliances that families depend on for cooking, refrigeration, cleaning, and sanitation, plus appliance repair. You can have peace of mind that Marcella's is here for you today and every day, like we have been since 1957, helping you make the right choice with trusted brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and many more. Shop Marcella's Appliance Center in-store, online, or by phone. We're here for you.
It may be winter, but summer adventures are right around the corner. That's why now is the time to find your new RV during our pre-season sales event at Elpin House. Get exclusive deals on travel trailers for as little as $127 a month. Or go big with fifth wheels starting at only $324 a month. Not to mention huge discounts on all remaining 2025 model RVs. And if you buy now, we'll store your RV for free till spring. That's peace of mind included. Get ahead of summer and find your family's next RV today during our pre-season sales event. Elpin House RV, bringing family and friends together to have fun and create memories.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpin House.
Back on Onorato and Miller in Claire's hometown, Albany, New York. Bethlehem, Del Mar, close enough. Claire, great to see you. Thanks for doing this. Second time through with the SheBelieves Cup now with the U.S. Women's National Team. Do you feel any different than last year when you were making your first cap?
I would say less nervous, definitely. I think it's funny, like a lot of times, especially throughout the past year, I've heard a lot about experience and how experience can get rid of those nerves and
Yeah.
all those feelings. And it definitely is something that you come to realize once you actually start gaining it. But yeah, being a year in with the team and continuing to get opportunities definitely helps with that. And now I feel like I have a little bit more ground under me going into this tournament and a more understanding for tournament play rather than just kind of like going out there to kick a ball around. So I'm enjoying it and I'm excited for the rest of it.
What's the biggest challenge being on the U.S. women's national team? I mean, it's a program that has just historically been so successful over the last 30 years, more than that even. And, you know, us Americans, we're not all that easy in terms of what we expect from our athletes.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest challenge is that every time you wear the USA crest and that you're playing against other countries, you're going to get the best always. And just from such a big depth player pool that the US has, it's being able to show up every day and keep that consistency to show up, because at the end of the day, you have a player pool probably of 60 players trying to make this roster. And you look outside of that, you have thousands of other women and girls also trying to make this roster. So it's being able to just consistently show up mentally, physically, emotionally each and every day and give your best to win a World Cup next year, the Olympics in 2 years, and just keep carrying that on.
So even when the coach is saying Claire's part of our future, like you just said, for the Olympics, for a World Cup, even before that, that doesn't get too deep into your mind?
I mean, it can't. If you don't keep showing up, you're never going to make the roster. And I think that's the biggest thing. I was talking to someone this morning, actually, of kind of just having that underdog mindset of knowing that each and every day you can show up. People can say one thing, and in a month it could change, in a year it can change, because consistency, as I've talked about before, is such a key in this profession and this lifestyle. And there's someone working out there that you don't know what they're doing. You don't know if they're going to bypass you. So if you just kind of hang out for a little bit and let them catch up, then one day they might surpass you. So it's about how you find the edge each and every day and keep getting better, and then ultimately help the team.
When you were 12 years old and you're winning a state championship with Bethlehem, what did you think your life in soccer would be? Or what did you hope it would be? Like, how big did 12-year-old Claire Hutton dare to dream?
I mean, 12-year-old me was dreaming big. You could have asked me as soon as I started playing what my goals were. I'd always want to play in a World Cup and Olympics, play for the women's national team, represent the country. But I feel like at 12 also, when I'm in that state final and playing with Bethlehem High School, I just loved it. I loved going out every day, and I couldn't imagine life anything different. So even for me here, like, it's pretty surreal being able to sit down and think that I'm traveling the country and the world, still kicking a soccer ball around and playing with my friends. So it's just so much fun. And I think that's kind of what has rooted all of this and grounded me throughout it, is that just I love doing this, and I love being able to do it as a profession and a job, because it doesn't feel like a job for me. It's fun every day.
Speaking to the unpredictability of professional sports, you're moving from Kansas City to the Bay Area for the upcoming NWSL season. And this is a team that won 4 games last year, right? They have talked about you as being a big centerpiece towards change for Bay FC, a franchise that's only a couple years in existence here. Does that weigh heavy on you? Do you view that as something like, yeah, okay, I'm moving teams, but this is a squad that really wanted me, and it's evident in how much money they paid to make it happen? How do you view kind of the change of it all?
I see it as a challenge. I think for me, as I look at it, it was my choice to leave Kansas City and my choice to go to Bay. So it's something that I wanted, and it's going to present to me, as I said, different challenges in my career than I have had the past 2 years. I've had an amazing 2 seasons at Kansas City with a great team. We set 22 records in the NWSL season last year. It was surreal, and that's something that might never happen again in NWSL history, just with the players we had, the coaching staff we had. But I felt for me, it was time for a different challenge, whether that be in a leadership position, whether it be what's the tactics going to look like. And as far as it goes, as I've talked about, I want to continue challenging myself to keep pushing myself. And I think Bay is going to present the most opportunity for that, but also what made Bay stand out for me is the support that I'd have next to me, alongside me, behind me, and the fan base and everything like that is something that I want to grow with, not only just go in and feel like it's a pressure towards me. I think this team is a youthful team, eager to learn, ambitious to win, and it's something that I want to help grow and just hopefully take over the league together with. And it's going to give me a lot of different challenges, but I'm excited for it for sure.
Yeah, Gotham went last to champs, just a couple of years ago at this point, right? So a few years ago, maybe. What was it like to put on the captain's band when you did, to become the youngest ever in U.S. women's national team history to do that?
Chills. I think that's the best way to explain it.
Did you see it coming? Explain that process to me. Trinity Rodman comes off the pitch. You get the band. Do you know before the match that if she comes off, you're getting it? How does that work?
Yeah. So 2 days before the match, we had a pre-practice meeting, and in the practice, we were just talking about kind of the game plan. And Emma made a comment saying Trinity's going to be wearing the band. When Trinity comes off, Claire will take the band. So there were a lot of things going through my head because this was the first camp of the year, January camp.
Yeah.
No European-based players came in, and then no Gotham players were in, just because there was Club World Cup, and it wasn't an international window, so the players playing in Europe couldn't come over. So there was a lot of questions, one with that of who was going to wear the armband, because usually it's either Lindsay, she's the captain, or Naomi will wear it. Mm-hmm. So there were questions with that. But then another thing was we were coming off of off season, and no one had played a game in 2 months. So then with that, you can only make 5 subs in international games. So, 5 or 6 subs. So then we're sitting there thinking, okay, well, 5 or 6 people are going to have to play 90 minutes. So that was a whole nother thing. So as soon as she said that, everyone looked at me, and everyone's first reaction was, well, buckle up for a 90. First time in 2 months. So it was kind of like a mixed emotion of all of that, of like, it's going to be the first test with the captain's armband, which was surreal, but then also get ready, hope your fitness is up and ready for it type of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You obviously graduated high school early. You had the offer from North Carolina. When did you know that the pro route was just going to be the one for you? Was it during your training with North Carolina and Gotham, or did you kind of have an inkling before that, like, hey, I'm already at a level where I need to try to give this my best shot?
No, it actually happened pretty quick. So when I graduated high school a year early, my plan was to take a gap semester, and then I was supposed to start at UNC in January 2024. So that summer I trained with North Carolina, but that was because the coach of North Carolina was brothers with the associate head coach of UNC, Damon and Sean Nahas. So I got that opportunity prepping to go to UNC. And again, that was primarily and only just for training. So after I trained with North Carolina, I headed back home and had about 4 or 5 months to continue training, getting ready to go to UNC in January. And within that time period, I got in touch with Gotham, who just wanted to use me as an extra practice player because, again, there were international breaks where players were coming and going, so they just needed some more numbers. I was with them for about 2 weeks, and then the coach called me into the office and brought the opportunity about and asked if I had any interest in signing with them because they saw potential. And both my parents went to college. I do value education very highly. So for me, it was very much a tear because it also wasn't really a thing, I would say. There have only been like a handful of players that you could count on one hand how many players bypassed college in order to go pro. So it wasn't very well known, and especially like being a girl from upstate New York, it was scary thinking that it was definitely an unorthodox route. So after like a lot of discussion, debate, talking with my parents, my family, friends, agent, I started looking into other opportunities, and Kansas City is one of the teams that came about along that. And after just going back and forth with it, I ended up deciding end of November, which was literally a month before I was supposed to report with UNC. So it was super hard.
Is that the toughest phone call you've ever had to make?
Yeah, I would say so. It in a lot of ways hard just because I think it caught people off guard. Not many people were expecting it and knew it was going to happen. But I haven't looked back since, and it's been amazing. I still have a great relationship with the UNC coaching staff and hear from them pretty often. So it's amazing just to see also like throughout the process how many people continue to support, even if it is an unorthodox route.
When is the last time you felt like you were at a physical disadvantage in this sport? Like, I'm guessing maybe even at 12 and 13, you didn't feel that way. Maybe when you joined the boys squad, you felt a little bit of that, or when you were 17 signing a pro contract. Like, when's the last time you felt like, okay, I don't know, I might need a year or some matches under my belt here to feel like I'm physically at the level I want to be?
I think for me, I've never saw myself at like that I was below. I think I try to figure out and manipulate it more into how can I use what I have as an advantage. When I played with the boys, obviously they were qualities that they had that I would never be able to match. I was never going to be as fast as them. I was never going to be as strong as them, but technically I knew in some ways tactically I could be better than them. And that's kind of how I always saw it. And again, when I first started in the league, the biggest thing was the speed of play was a lot faster. So for me, it wasn't that I thought I was too slow, I wasn't strong enough, I wasn't quick enough. It was more I thought, okay, my decision making now needs to speed up because pressure's coming faster. Uh-huh. And just because pressure's coming faster doesn't mean I'm slow. It's how I can work my brain a bit quicker. So I would never say I felt like I was at a disadvantage. I just thought my thought process needed to move quicker. My decision-making had to be faster, smoother, smarter. And that's where you could then start outweighing because, again, I'm never going to be the fastest. I'm a midfielder. I like covering ground, and I like the quick, explosive movements. Don't play me the ball behind. I'm not making those busting runs behind. But for me, I think brain power and decision-making is such a key in my game and being able to control tempo. So that's more where I would say I wouldn't ever say physical disadvantage.
Can you explain to people how professional athletes have to be really proficient at this, where the game speeds up, but you slow down? I know you're talking about making decisions more quickly, but you're not rushing to those decisions, right? There's a huge difference between that. How do you balance the two? Working quickly, but not rushing.
Yeah, it kind of goes what I was talking about with experience earlier. And it's something that you don't necessarily understand until you start getting into it. Again, it's about reading the game. When people say read it 3 plays ahead, 4 plays ahead, it's about knowing when to hold space, when to move into it. And as the ball's coming, where are you going to play it next? Because then even to the pass that you're going to receive, you're going to have to set somebody else up with something. And when you set someone else up with something, you want to set them up for success. So it's just about being able to read it, reading pressure. But then with that, it just comes with playing. And I give, again, Alley Cat so much credit in upstate New York because I would go to 3 practices in one night just to play. And at the time, I was having so much fun. I would be out there for 4.5 hours, just running around, kicking a ball, playing small-sided, opening up, playing bigger. And for me, it was just fun. But looking back, the amount of experience that I got just playing with different players, being able to read the game, read spaces, it definitely helped me become the player I am today because of just the amount of ball time and game time I had. And without that, without actually being in it, you can't experience it. You can't fail to learn. You can't learn in the hard ways, learn what success is. It's all about feeling, and I'm definitely a feeling type of player. So just being out there and involved in it means and helped me so much.
NWSL season is coming up here quickly. I don't know if you thought at all about going overseas, Claire, professionally at any point, but what do you see in the growth and promise of this league? Again, we talked money a little bit, but viewership numbers are way up. You've got major networks obviously bought in on media rights deals. What made you a believer in this league?
I mean, just to speak in the last 2 years, I think for me individually, the development that I've had has been incredible. Week in, week out, you're going to get good games. You look at the table. We just added 2 teams, which are just going to add more depth to the
Major
league.
Markets, Boston and Denver. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Every weekend you can go in, and what's so interesting is you never know who's going to win. You obviously have a higher ranked team than another, but at the end of the day, any team on any given day, on any given game weekend can win. And you see it all the time. You saw it last year in playoffs. We, as Kansas City, were the top ranked team, and we lost to the number 8 seed Gotham, who went and won it all. That doesn't happen in many other leagues. You look at European leagues, you look at the WSL over in England, and you probably have the top 4 teams or so, and those teams almost every given weekend are going to win unless they're playing each other. And for me, I think at the time that I'm at in my career, wanting and striving to make a World Cup roster next year, I want that competition. I want to go in, week out, and know that I need to show up every single day. The team needs to show up every day and be able to play given opponents, not knowing what they're going to bring, but their best.
Yeah. All right. So much has been written about you, and you've done a ton of interviews about your playing career, right? Maybe people follow you on social media and they learn a little something about Claire Hutton, but I want to do some stupid stuff here to learn a little something about you. So if you're going to score a goal, would you rather it be a foot or a head?
A foot.
Okay. But your first goal was a header.
It was, yeah, it was.
All right. Say it again. Sorry.
I like to do both.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Favorite place to eat back home?
I love Romo's Pizza.
Yeah.
Really good.
Tough to beat that.
Boneless wings are pretty fire.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On the topic of food, hard or soft serve ice cream?
I'm a hard ice cream girl. I love Stewart's. Stewart's has my heart.
A particular flavor there?
Peanut butter pandemonium for sure. Yeah, that's definitely my go-to. Always rainbow sprinkles.
Same. True crime or comedy?
Comedy.
Okay. What are you watching lately? If you've got a flight and you're downloading something on your iPad or whatever, what are you watching?
This doesn't fit into either, but I recently watched the F1 movie, which was really good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, recommend that to everybody. So.
Okay. Cool. Lake or beach? Controversial in upstate New York. A lot of lakes.
I know. I think I'm a lake girl.
Ooh,
okay. I get afraid of sharks. My family, we had a place on Screw Lake for a little bit. And it was just one of the best getaways, especially with the craziness of life. My brothers and all of us doing sports. It was so nice to be able to get away and not have to worry about sharks swimming under you.
Well, you'll laugh because my wife laughs at me. I always say I love the beach, but I don't really go in the ocean. So is that really loving the beach? I don't know, but
it's more like the vibe of it. I feel like the lake you can enjoy both though.
Yep, true. All right. I know you're crazy busy this week with 2 more SheBelieves Cup games coming. Thank you so much for the time, Claire. It's great to catch up with you. Get some rest, and I hope we'll talk soon.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
The great thing about novices, no matter who you are, they're going to put all the detail in the world into your brand. I feel like they have been a big part of my success, making me feel comfortable.
This is Harrison Butker, Super Bowl champion kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Claim your crown.
It may be winter, but summer adventures are right around the corner. That's why now is the time to find your new RV during our preseason sales event at Elpin House. Get exclusive deals on travel trailers for as little as $127 a month, or go big with fifth wheels starting at only $324 a month. Not to mention huge discounts on all remaining 2025 model RVs. And if you buy now, we'll store your RV for free till spring. That's peace of mind included. Get ahead of summer and find your family's next RV today during our preseason sales event. Elpin House RV, bringing family and friends together to have fun and create memories.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpin House.
All right, back live on a Wednesday night here, and some sad news in the college football world. Lou Holtz has died, 89 years old. Had been battling for a little while. Hospice was called in, I know. 249 wins, that national championship with Notre Dame in 1988, Arkansas, Minnesota, Notre Dame, South Carolina, with 1 year with the Jets mixed in there, and just an all-time character in the sport of college football, for as great as he was as a coach on top of that. All right, one more dirty, difficult done to do here on Onorato and Miller this week, and one and done. Stephon Diggs done with the Patriots. A salary cap casualty, if you will. It was increasing from like 10 million to 25.5 million as wide receiver. So
like
he wasn't.
It's a big difference.
He was an important player
Correct.
for them last year, and so
But
they'll have to find a way to get Drake May,
not a $25 million a year player,
a weapon to kind of help out there, if you will. All right, let's take another quick break here on Onorato and Miller. When we come back, he's headed back to Broadway. Matthew Morrison. Before that, though, he comes to Universal Preservation Hall in Saratoga Springs on Thursday night, March 5th. Matthew Morrison on Onorato and Miller.
As Appliance Center, our commitment is to you, providing essential appliances that families depend on for cooking, refrigeration, cleaning, and sanitation, plus appliance repair. You can have peace of mind that Marcella's is here for you today and every day, like we have been since 1957, helping you make the right choice with trusted brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and many more. Shop Marcella's Appliance Center in-store, online, or by phone. We're here for you.
The great thing about novices, no matter who you are, they're going to put all the detail in the world into your brand. I feel like they have been a big part of my success, making me feel comfortable.
This is Harrison Butker, Super Bowl champion kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Claim your crown.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alphen House.
And back on Onorato and Miller, the NBC in Albany, New York, News Channel 13, with Matthew Morrison. You know him from his countless credits, film, TV, stage, and the soon-to-be Bobby Darin in Just in Time. Matthew, congratulations on that, man. Thank you for giving us the time. How are you?
I'm not unwell. It's interesting time right now. Like I've actually spent the past few years intentionally not working so much because I have two small kids. Now they're 8 and 4. So I feel like I was kind of in the stage of like, I'm going to start dipping my toe in, but I didn't know dipping my toe in would be like, I would be like caught under the ice. Like, whoa.
You'll be at Saratoga Springs Universal Preservation Hall this coming Thursday, March 5th. I know you guys don't get time to spend any real time in any of the places you get to tour. It's a wonderful little downtown city if you get a moment to stroll at all. That said, when people go to see you at UPH, as we call it, what are they in for?
This is a really special show for me. You know, I used to do the whole I think the typical thing that a Broadway performer would do is just come and they sing their hits, and then they go home. But for me, I did that before, and I would always leave the stage like I did a good job. The audience was really into it. It was a great show, but I felt this like emptiness inside, and it was because like I was out there, doing a good show and stuff, but I wasn't like truly connecting with the audience. And so I've spent a lot of time curating this show that's coming. And it's songs you'll know, it's stories you probably won't know. It's a lot of dance, but more than anything, I'm not out there trying to impress people or prove anything. I'm out there trying to make a connection with people. And it's been really, really, I just leave the stage feeling so fulfilled. It feels like less like doing it for me, but more like an act of service. It feels really good.
You recently posted, I didn't arrive finished, I arrived willing. And that was in reference to being part of that Hairspray cast, correct?
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you are now in your journey? What % finished would you say?
I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get there, right? It's funny, and especially like when I think about coming back to Broadway, which has been 10 years since I've been on a Broadway stage. I think there's this feeling of coming back, not as like a comeback, but more as like a thank you. Like I have an appreciation. I remember what it was, but I think before it was always about, okay, what's next? What's the next thing? But now it's about just being present in the what is, and just like really like living in the moment, because I'm only doing it for 3 weeks, and it's going to be like, usually with a show you sign off for a year, you have to it's a marathon. You really have to pace yourself. But I'm just gonna let it all out every single show and just like be really present for the journey.
Well, as you know, it's one of the hottest tickets right now on Broadway. There's no drop off from this Bobby Darin to the next one, with Jeremy Jordan coming in. It's a phenomenal lineup of playing the lead in this show. I saw you back in the day in The Light in the Piazza with my uncle, who was a huge theater fan, and that was a wonderful show. Of course, you were nominated for that as well. Many people, of course, know you from Glee, right? There's no getting around that, and I would imagine it's how you're best remembered by a lot of people. How do you believe that kind of helped shape you or change you in any way, being such a stage performer and then doing a long run, I'll say, of a series?
Yeah, 6 years is a pretty long run.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I when I was doing Broadway, I did like 6 shows before I got Glee, 6 Broadway shows, and I was young. I was in the hustle. I was, going from show to show, and I was really I always get so invested in these characters and in the show. And when I got Glee, I'd never had the experience before of people just like sticking the microphone in my face constantly and just like people wanting to know who I was. And I had no idea who I was because I just spent all this time like investing in other people, in other characters and stuff that people like wanted to know me. And I just felt like such imposter syndrome. I was like, it was challenging, but also insightful. And it really, I didn't have the time at that moment because it was just full on with that show and the press and everything. But after that, I began the journey of like understanding who I was as a person, and I think that was the thing that kind of that was the initiation, albeit on a very public level, to kind of like the door opening to that new world of insight and introspection. But the show changed my life. I think, being recognized on Broadway is like a nod of respect, but being recognized for TV is a whole different animal. And Glee was a monster. It was, but for me and how it changed me, I think, it allowed me the opportunity to go to just different countries. Like right after my run in Just in Time, I'm off to Japan because I go there once a year because they love me over there, and I have concerts every year there. So that probably would have never happened if it wasn't for that show,
Yeah, I saw that on your schedule, man. That's insane. Again, March 5th at Universal Preservation Hall, downtown Saratoga Springs. It's called the Show Up Tour with Matthew Morrison. Glee, you were the Grinch on NBC's live musical production. I don't know that there's a recent answer to this question, but when is the last time, because you've been doing it for so long at such a high level of success, last time you were nervous for any performance?
I get nervous all the time, but I think with age and experience, it's what you do with those nerves. I can harness those nerves really, really well now and use them to benefit me. I think people get nerves and it steers them in a different direction, and it's all about just harnessing the nerves. I mean, because it's good to feel nervous. I like it. I think something's wrong if I'm not nervous, but I know how to just tackle those things.
Yeah, it means you care, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm a huge sports fan, Matthew, and so I'm thinking about this interview and you going back onto Broadway, and if you go to a game and you pay a lot of money for tickets and your favorite player doesn't have a great game, Steph Curry shoots 3 of 18 or whatever, you go watch him the next night on TV. It's not a kind of one and done experience in a lot of ways. Broadway, I think for a lot of fans, it feels like one and done. Like, this is my guy. This is my show. I want to see it at its height. Can you give us some perspective on the pressure that comes along with that? Like, I do morning news. Every day is a new show. May not have been great on Tuesday, but maybe better on Wednesday. And generally the same people are tuning in and watching. What kind of perspective can you give us on maybe the pressure that comes along with that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I love the sports analogy as well. It's interesting because I'll put it in perspective of my one man show. There's no support besides my band. It's just me out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I just did a run, like a southeast run, and did like 3 stops in Florida, and I was like sick as a dog.
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what, I should probably cancel these shows. But then I was like, like people are paying money. They would want to have a night out, and my show, I can do it. And there is a lot of storytelling, like I said, in the show. And there was some of like the most impactful shows. Even though I
Hmm.
like had to cut some of the songs, I had to like sing around the melody of some songs because I didn't have any high notes. But they still loved it,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is the worst show. But it made me realize, it's not about my experience, it's about the experience of other people. And some people might have had a bad experience because my voice wasn't like perfect. But that's not what I care about anymore. So
No.
I'm just going out there doing the best I can do on the day, because at the end of the day, we are all human beings, and we all have great days and we all have not so great days. So I'm out there just being the human I am today, and that's all I can do.
And man, I think like as brutal as social media can be, I think people are forgiving in a lot of those situations, right? Because we all show up to work not at our best, and we try to make it through the day, right? I think people are generally understanding of that. Is there a song out there that you wouldn't be afraid to do, but it might intimidate you a little bit?
Oh, what's that?
Like maybe you'd mess around at karaoke if nobody knew who you were, just to give it a shot.
Yeah, I don't mess with karaoke. There's what's that Benson Boone song that
Oh
like
man, Beautiful Things.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
like such a powerful song, and I do not have the range that guy has, or the backflips. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's a really great song.
You sang the national anthem at Citi Field in a Keith
Mhm.
Hernandez jersey, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
Why 17?
It was homage to me growing up. That was my team, the Mets. I grew up with them. My dad's from upstate. He's from Walden. So I grew up as a Mets fan. Take it or leave it.
Hey.
And yes, I was just like paying a little homage because I knew he was in the booth
Yeah.
calling the game probably, and so yeah, just to honor my dad and my childhood and the New York Metropolitans.
Do you get any time to watch games now?
No, no. Actually, I think it's funny because I used to watch a lot of TV, but now we have very strict like no TV things with the kids and stuff. We have like our pizza movie nights on Friday, and then we have Sunday morning cartoons, and that's all we get all week.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm just focused on other stuff right now. That's just more important than TV. But I do miss it. I do miss just like kind of just chilling out and watching the show.
Yeah, I bet. Last thing, Matthew, as you will perform live for us in Saratoga Springs on Thursday night, can you explain the difference in a rush you get with the in-person performance, that instant kind of gratification, if you will, against a studio show? You've done a number of TV shows, film credits as well, where you're maybe performing to the void.
Yeah, I mean, theater is my first love. That's why I always will come back. And there's something about telling a story from beginning to the end, like in TV shows. Like when we were shooting Glee, we would actually shoot 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know where I was. I was like, what comes to mind? I was just so confusing. So I love telling a story from the beginning to the end. And there's something about it because I've been in the place where I didn't have this, but there's a beauty in walking out onto a stage and already having the crowd.
Mhm.
You know, I I love earning a crowd. I love like winning them over, and I do win them over in a different way because I think people kind of come in expecting like a Glee show, but when I come in and I'm really introspective and getting deep with people, people are like, oh, and they kind of sit into the show in a different way, and then I give them their moments that they want and that they came for. But yeah, but it's nice to kind of have the trust from the audience from the get.
Safe travels everywhere you're going at
Thanks, Chris.
uph.org to get the tickets or thematthewmorrison.com. Congratulations again on Just in Time. Enjoy the heck out of that and your world travels as well, man. Be safe. Enjoy it. The people in Saratoga can't wait to see you. Thank you, Matthew.
Thanks, brother. Have a beautiful day.
It may be winter, but summer adventures are right around the corner. That's why now is the time to find your new RV during our pre-season sales event at Elpin House. Get exclusive deals on travel trailers for as little as $127 a month, or go big with fifth wheels starting at only $324 a month. Not to mention huge discounts on all remaining 2025 model RVs. And if you buy now, we'll store your RV for free till spring. That's peace of mind included. Get ahead of summer and find your family's next RV today during our pre-season sales event. Elpin House RV, bringing family and friends together to have fun and create memories.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpin House.
All right. Still a good amount of work to do here left this week in the show. Here we go.
It's time for the MVP of the month, sponsored by Marcella's Appliance Center.
Horn added
A horn
to
for the van.
A horn for the van.
I always
Gotcha.
want to do the horn sound when
Okay.
we run that.
Well,
So.
I'll leave the mic open next time.
Yeah,
and you
please
can...
do. Well, but yeah, that's perfect. I'll
Okay.
go boop boop.
Yeah. Great. Okay. We're giving 2 out.
2.
Marcella's Appliance MVPs of the month. Jack Hughes, Megan Keller, scoring those game-winning gold medal goals.
Overtime goals. I mean,
Against
what could
Canada.
be better against
2-1.
Canada? Sudden death,
Yeah.
score, mayhem. Greatest moment of your life type stuff.
It's been fun watching, I mean, Jack in particular here, right? Just doing the full tour of talk shows, and Hillary Knight has accompanied him in a bunch of places too.
SNL.
But Megan Keller and Hillary Knight were both part of SNL with Jack and Quinn. And then Jack and Quinn and Hillary were on with Jimmy Fallon too. I don't know if you saw that, where Fallon, there's a clip out there. Fallon reads a letter that Jack wrote to himself the night before the 2019 draft when he was selected #1 overall. Go watch it. But he basically says, boy, wouldn't it be cool if I got to play in the Olympics with my brothers and maybe we even win a gold medal.
At least one of them.
Come on.
Yeah.
Pretty good, right? Yeah.
That's great.
Luke will get there one day for sure. Okay. Stumble has been a hit show on NBC. We are talking with 2 of the stars next year on Onorato and Miller.
Fellows Appliance Center, our commitment is to you, providing essential appliances that families depend on for cooking, refrigeration, cleaning, and sanitation, plus appliance repair. You can have peace of mind that Marcella's is here for you today and every day, like we have been since 1957, helping you make the right choice with trusted brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and many more. Shop Marcella's Appliance Center in-store, online, or by phone. We're here for you.
It may be winter, but summer adventures are right around the corner. That's why now is the time to find your new RV during our pre-season sales event at Elpin House. Get exclusive deals on travel trailers for as little as $127 a month, or go big with fifth wheels starting at only $324 a month. Not to mention huge discounts on all remaining 2025 model RVs. And if you buy now, we'll store your RV for free till spring. That's peace of mind included. Get ahead of summer and find your family's next RV today during our pre-season sales event. Elpin House RV, bringing family and friends together to have fun and create memories.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpin House.
Stumble is only in the name. This show is off and running in a big way on NBC. Georgie Murphy, Ariana Davis with us here on Onorato and Miller. Ladies, thank you so much for doing the show here with me. Georgie, I'll start with you. When did you get the sense that this show really had something that maybe network comedy was lacking and that it would be a hit?
Yeah, I mean, I think I got that sense when I got the audition.
Yeah.
You know, very seldom does a script jump out at you. Sometimes you really got to dig and like sort of try and picture the world, but Stumble really just like hit me. And I was like, this is funny, this is fast paced, this is heartfelt, and I really want to be a part of it, which is kind of interesting because once you really want to be a part of something, you're probably not going to get the job. But this was different because I really wanted to play Sally, and here we are.
Ariana, what was the process like for you in terms of getting the gig? How bad did you want it? How much did you know this was like a can't miss kind of show?
I initially got the breakdown like the night before the morning it was due, and I was on a family trip, so I loved the character. I was like, similarly to Georgie, this is gonna be a hit, but I was like, I don't know if I can do the audition. But then I ended up, you know, propping it up on my uncle's dresser with a bobblehead as my tripod and behind a gross green wall, and like I did the audition and I booked the part, and it has been the best experience of my life, and we knew it was going to be a hit.
Do you all have cheerleading background at all?
I'm a professional dancer, and I've been dancing since I was 2 years old. So
Yep.
I had to kind of hop over into the cheer world a little bit. It's a little different, but it's similar enough for me to kind of take that.
Yeah,
quick
she's being
transition.
humble. She's absolutely like just a bundle of talent when it comes to dance. But I was a gymnast for a long time. And yeah, I never got the chance to be a cheerleader, even though I always wanted to. But now I'm finally getting the chance.
Why is this a subject, a sport that is able to kind of engage people who may not know a lot about it, right? I get that it isn't maybe the super technical world of cheerleading, but why is this a subject matter that has pulled people, do you think?
I think people are flying in the air at ungodly heights and being caught safely and doing stunts and standing on each other's shoulders and doing tumbling that you've never seen in your life. I think that alone, it doesn't matter if you know about cheer, if you even watch sports in general, that is going to hook you in.
Absolutely. And then there's also a really heartfelt aspect of the show with all of the dynamics and the relationships that are unfolding. So I think that, you know, everyone loves cheer and everyone loves those like high flying moments, but then the next moment you could be tearing up because, you know, something so sweet.
Or so funny.
Yeah. You know, the falls can't happen forever, right? Obviously, a team improves as it continues to practice, but those early falls, there's still just something about physical comedy that works, isn't there?
Absolutely. I think this show is like has mastered its physical comedy, which I do think it was kind of you would think a really hard feat because there's also that added physical element of cheer. But everyone on the cast is so incredibly talented and have me almost breaking in every scene with how hilarious they are.
Yeah.
That's so good. What is it like to work with, I know you get this question all the time, I'll ask it anyway, it's obligatory at this point, working with somebody like Kristen Chenoweth?
I mean, Kristen Chenoweth is such a superstar on screen and on stage, and in real life, she's also such a superstar. I was so scared to meet her for the first time, but you know what I found her to be was so kind and so loving and so generous, and she's such a powerhouse, but she's got such a soft heart. Like you can ask her any question, you know, she's absolutely down to earth and just such a dream to work with. So I say to people, meet your heroes because she was wonderful.
Yeah. I'd say, I don't tell people this often, actually. I don't even know, but the first time I met Kristen Chenoweth, we were in the hair trailer together and at the pilot, and we just sat there like we were like old girlfriends, and we had our little matching Stanleys sitting next to each other on the thing, and we just talked for hours while we were getting our hair done before I even had a scene with her, and she's just a lovely individual.
Yeah.
Take me behind the curtain, if you would, a little bit here. I talked with Matthew Morrison recently, and he told me some stories about when he was on Glee, and like how disjointed sometimes just the shooting process can be of an episodic show. How do you manage to stay in character, stay in scene, if you have to shoot things that are out of order, for either one of you here?
Well, I think honestly, it's up to the actor. Like I have a log line of everything we've done and everything we will do, and I just like sort of check. So that's how I keep myself focused. But also we had great directors that were also on the ball. We had some of the best in the game, like Jeff Blitz, and he really knows where the story is going. So we had a lot of trust in him. So honestly, it was difficult at times, but not impossible.
I feel like like my approach to acting is very like breath focused and in the moment. So even though we would do disjointed scenes, I mean, in the pilot, we filmed the last scene first. Yes. So the family dinner scene was our very first scene together as a cast. I feel like in the moment, I just breathe how I would breathe in that moment. And it always brings me right to the era of where we need to be. So that kind of helps me.
In news and in sports, we do live TV and that's it. You get one shot and you're done. And if it wasn't great, at least there's tomorrow. Do you like the idea of, I won't call it a safety net because that's giving it way too much credit. Like you're out there nailed on one try, but do you feel like you go into every line and every scene like, let's pretend like it's one take, or do you like to kind of work through the scene itself?
Well, honestly, I think that since it is such a fast-paced shooting schedule, that like if you have an idea and if you have something you want to do, you got to do it. Yeah. Because you might miss your shot. But it is also nice to be like, okay, that's not going to go on television. I can try again.
God bless. Yes. Yeah. Some things I'm like, oh, glad that didn't make it in.
Glad.
That's so good. Fridays at 8:30, Stumble. And then that's on News Channel 13 and NBC in Albany, New York. You can find it on Peacock the next day. Ladies, thank you so much. Continued success with the great show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris.
The great thing about novices, no matter who you are, they're going to put all the detail in the
All right, back on Onorato and Miller here. We'll wrap things up going into the weekend. What do you want for your birthday?
I have everything I want. That's not true.
Oh.
I'm going away with you. That's all I need.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. We're going to go see some shows. Going to Broadway.
Okay.
I got a couple days off. The people at work were wonderful today. I had orange balloons throughout my office.
How many?
On my desk. Probably
more than 20.
No, about 15, 20.
So it's a lot.
All over my desk, hanging out. I said, we'll see if they last the 5 days when I come back to work on Monday. I had gifts, I had cupcakes, I had cards, all the things. The people I work with are wonderful. So
they are. Yep.
Good peeps.
Okay. That's great.
A lot of pickled flavored things, which you don't love.
Here's my plea. Enough. People
they know
in the North Colony Central School District. Enough with the pickle flavor.
I've got candles, I've got candy canes, popcorn,
chips.
all of it.
Enough.
No.
We are good. We
There's
are
never
all
enough.
set.
Hey, I leave some of my snacks I leave at work. I left some at work. They don't affect you unless I burn a candle that smells like dill pickles.
Yes, that's true. Sam wants to know, taking the show on the road anytime soon. Funny you ask. Ooh. Yes, we're going to get back on the road with the show a little bit to Alpenhaus, to Novice, and over to Marcella's as well. We're going to do that, Sam, for sure. Stay tuned for that. Carol's wishing you another happy birthday here. Have a great day, Ash.
Thank you, Carol.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching Onorato and Miller, the World Baseball Classic. Watch it. Enjoy it. It's going to be great.
We got sectionals this weekend. Shaker boys, Shaker girls are still in it.
Okay. Yep. And all the other teams. Yep. All the other teams, too.
I know, but that affects me.
I know.
A little more than anyone else.
Conference tournament time in basketball. March Madness will be here before you know it.
Can't wait.
It's a great time of year.
And it's getting warm outside.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Start the melting.
Let's hope it stays that way. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for watching Onorato and Miller. We will see you next week.